On November 15th, 2002, Microsoft would release Xbox Live, a service that allowed you to play online with friends all around the world on the original Xbox console. Now, online console gaming wasn't really a completely new concept that Xbox made up. It actually started being introduced on the Dreamcast in the 2000s, with the first game introducing online multiplayer on that console being Choo Choo Rocket. Shout out to all my Choo Choo Rocket fans out there. Shit, even the PlayStation 2 had online gaming before Xbox, with PlayStation actually not even having a service for it, it just came with the console. And that's what made Xbox's online gaming different from other consoles, in good and bad ways. Cause business wise, it was smart of them to take advantage of this new technology that consumers didn't know the value of, which is why to play online with friends on Xbox consoles, you needed to pay the Xbox Live subscription. Now, while the PS2 was having a field day, selling over 150 million units, being one of the most sold consoles of all time, Xbox on the other hand only sold around over 20 million consoles worldwide, severely underperforming, but they had Live. A week after they launched Xbox Live, they had 100,000 subscribers. After 2 months, they had 2,500,000 subscribers. In 2004, they reached 1 million subscribers, and with the launch of the Xbox 360, which came out with Xbox Live, it reached 2 million subscribers. But if we skip all the way to 2007, they managed to have around 20 million people subscribe to Xbox Live. If we assume all these people paid $4.99 for a year of Xbox Live, that would be around $100 million just from a subscription. This really influenced Sony to have their own subscription, with PlayStation Plus being released June 29th, 2010, which now that you guys know the history of how these subscriptions came to be, now I can finally rant about them, starting with the pay-to-play online model. Now, back then, selling the feature to play online was easy since us consumers didn't really know the value of such technology. But with the rise of PC gaming, it is very obvious that it costs next to nothing to pay for these online servers. Now, you guys might be thinking, but Lemonade, doesn't the money... Fuck. But Lemonade, doesn't the money from PS Plus pay for the service? Even Sony said this. Well, first off, stop believing everything these companies say. They're not your friends, but that's a topic for later in this video. And that wouldn't make sense because they don't have dedicated servers. Dedicated servers is when a whole company has their own server, which means they pay for it and have complete control over it and not share the resources with other companies. Now, Sony actually had dedicated servers, we would not have games like Fortnite, Apex Legends, or many other multiplayer games include cross-platform, which allows us to play with other players on different platforms. Not only that, but it is clear that all of these games have to host their own servers, with games like Battlefield 4 actually being supported by the fan base paying to have their own servers up.
But what about the PlayStation Network, where people can message and start parties with each other? Surely they need to pay to have this whole network up.
Well, if that was the case, why can't Sony just say that instead of making a lie that it's paying for a non-existent online server? Or shit, why don't they even put a paywall behind these network features? Oh, I know why, because this shit costs nothing to a $100 billion company. Why would they need to be greedy enough to make you pay to use basic network features? Now, this should be the same mindset we have for paying to play online. It costs nothing for them, so why are we paying for it? Real quick, let me show you what a good subscription that offers actual value looks like. In 2017, Xbox would launch the Xbox Game Pass, a service that allows players to download a library of games for free, not only on Xbox consoles but also on PC. Now, PlayStation does have their own Game Pass, or used to at least. It was called PS Now, and it allowed players to do the same thing as the Xbox Game Pass, even letting you stream some classics that were on older PlayStation consoles. Now, even though PS Now could have fixed a lot of issues like letting us download old games instead of forcing us to stream it, having a better way to play some of these games on PC, or just having a better catalog of games, because most of these games were just shovelware.
It's time to kick gum and chew ass.
At least with these types of subscriptions, I do see some value in it because it actually offers something. Letting us play a catalog of games for $10 a month is actually a pretty good deal if you compare it to spending $10 on a game that can fucking suck dick. Even if these games were kinda bad, at least you could give one game a little taste and just move on to another game if you didn't like it. And it's not like these subscriptions don't make money, with Xbox Game Pass making around $2 billion in 2021, showing that players are are down to pay for shit like this. But like I said, PS Now was shut down, so this deal doesn't really exist anymore. Or does it? On March 2022, Sony would announce that they would turn PS Plus into a 3-tier subscription, with Essential being the original subscription, Extra allowing you to play a catalog of PS4 and PS5 games, and Premium, which allows you to play the classics like PS Now did. Now, I think what Sony did here is a step in the right direction into making PS Plus a valuable subscription, but there's still so many issues here. Instead of having just 1 or even 2 tiers, there's 3, and the most expensive one is the one that allows you to play older titles. Shouldn't that be like the cheapest one, since these are old ass games, or is Sony just admitting that these games are worth more than the ones we're getting today? Not only that, but like, now that this subscription actually offers more than just online play, don't you think it's maybe time to get rid of this pay to play online shit? The Ackman actually made a great statement talking about how if Microsoft during Xbox One's launch announced that Xbox Live would be free for all players, this could have fixed most of the backlash they had at that time and give them a competitive edge over PlayStation. And I totally agree with this idea, not just for Xbox but also PlayStation. Whoever decides that they want to let go of this pay to play online model will get so much good press and maybe even an increase in console sales, but these companies are too scared to try this because of the money they could lose. And I think Sony might be really scared of losing money, because a while ago the cost of having PS Plus for a year went up from $60 to $80, or in the case of Extra, $100 to $135, or in the case of fucking Premium, $120 to $160. They want us to put a fucking down payment on the subscription. And in fact, that's how I feel about the overall cost of most PlayStation products. Sony just loves selling us expensive shit. Like when the PlayStation 5 first came out, it costed around $400, which is actually pretty reasonable. But if you wanted to play your PS4 disc games on this new console, yeah, that would be $100. Or you could just buy the disc drive for your digital PS5 separately for $80. What the fuck is this? They are literally selling us the idea of using disc, which was something every console had to offer. You could also get their headsets for $100, or get an elite version for $150, or get earbuds for $200, which are more expensive than some AirPods, or get another version of these headsets for $250, or get another for $300. Holy shit, I got my pair of headsets for $50, maybe $60 at most at Walmart, and it works just fine. And it's not just the headsets that are this expensive. Most of the accessories for the PlayStation 5 are getting close to Apple price tags, from controllers that are $70 to $200, a new VR headset that costs $550 just to play 2 games because the VR market is still dry as fuck,
What the fuck is going on here?
and a TV remote for $30. Who needs this? What's wrong with just using the controller to watch Netflix? Also, you could just use your regular controller for your TV on the PS5. It's like you don't even need to buy. Like, what is this, bro? Now, even though these products might seem super unnecessary for us and not worth buying, Sony knows that the fans would eat this shit up and buy anything they make. Now, to these PlayStation fanboys, remember when I said that you guys need to stop trusting companies like they're your friends? Well, yeah, I was mainly applying this statement to y'all because holy shit, why do you guys feel like you have to buy and defend everything that PlayStation does? Now that I'm an owner of a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox One console, I've come to realize that this console war drama is generally the stupidest shit ever. With Xbox fans defending Starfield as being the best RPG game even though it's just a shittier repackaged version of Fallout 3, and PlayStation fans saying that paying $80 to play online for a year is actually not that bad and these changes don't mean anything to them because they're simply rich. These fans are just letting these companies walk all over them. And this stupid excuse that these companies use for making shit even more expensive is inflation and how COVID fucked everything up. I'm sorry, but it's been almost 5 fucking years. What does having to increase the price of a digital subscription have to do with manufacturing costs? Okay, before this video gets political and I start ranting about the economical state of the world, all I'm trying to say is that we need to stop defending these companies that use us like a damn fiddle and start paying for shit that is actually worth the money. Why pay a subscription for games when you could just go to GameStop and get, I don't know, Timefall 2 for $1 and be happy knowing that you will forever own this game and not have to worry about paying your next month check? Or maybe don't go out of your way to buy these accessories that are made by that one specific brand when you could possibly just manufacturers find cheaper and better options out there if you look hard enough. And when it comes to paying to play online, honestly there's not really a choice. You kind of have to pay or just stick to playing games like Fortnite, which honestly, if I had the choice to either pay $70 for this new shitty Call of Duty and an extra 10 to actually play its multiplayer, or just stick to free to play games like Fortnite, I think my choice is obvious. By the way, all of these issues apply to other consoles as well. I just focused more on PlayStation because I'm pretty well acquainted with this brand, and also I've heard rumors that Microsoft might stop making consoles. And if this is true, Sony won't have any competition and this pricing issue could get even worse. So yeah, I hope we all start realizing that these businesses are shady, they don't care about us, and liking this video and subscribing to this channel will definitely spread this message around. Just please subscribe, I'm getting really desperate.